Most people think they struggle with AI because they don't know the right prompts. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that every time you open AI, you're forced to choose. Which tool? Which prompt? Which workflow? Which format? Before you even start working, you're already tired. AI didn't make work easier. It made decisions louder. Think about how you actually use AI. You open ChatGPT. You pause. You start thinking, should I write a long prompt? Should I be specific? Should I ask for an outline first? Should I switch models? Should I try a different tool? Nothing is wrong yet, but you haven't done any work either. That hesitation is where most people quit. Not because AI is bad, but because the process feels heavy. So what do people do? They search for better prompts. They save prompt libraries. They bookmark frameworks. They collect templates. And for a moment, it feels productive. But now there's a new problem. You don't just have to decide what to do. You also have to decide which prompt to use. More options don't remove friction. They multiply it. Every new prompt is another decision waiting for you. What most people don't realize is that choice itself feels like work. Even small decisions consume mental energy. When you have to choose a prompt, you're not just choosing words. You're choosing a direction, a structure, an expectation. And when those choices pile up, starting feels heavy. That's why AI sessions often feel exhausting before any real work begins. It's not the tool. It's the constant decision-making that drains attention. At some point, I realized something simple. The problem wasn't output quality. The problem was starting. So I stopped trying to improve the prompt. Instead, I removed the choice. I use the same starting prompt every single time. Not because it's perfect, but because it's familiar. No thinking, no tweaking, no optimization. Just a predictable start. When the start is predictable, your brain relaxes. You're no longer asking, is this the best way to do it? You're asking, what do I do next? That's a completely different mindset. You stop performing for the tool and start reacting to the output, just like you would with a rough draft from a human. You don't expect perfection. You expect something to respond to. This is why professionals don't try to maximize options. They reduce them, not because they lack knowledge, but because they protect focus. The more familiar the start, the less energy is wasted deciding. That's true for writing, for design, for programming, and it's especially true for AI. Consistency doesn't limit creativity. It removes resistance. And resistance is what slows everything down. Most of the time, the first answer isn't great, and that's fine. I don't restart. I don't rewrite the prompt. I just say things like, make this more specific. This part feels generic. Focus only on one idea. The work happens in the reaction, not in the setup. That's where momentum comes from. So no, you don't need better prompts. You need fewer decisions, a boring start, a familiar process, a system you don't think about. Because when AI becomes predictable, it finally becomes useful. And when the process is quiet, the work actually gets done. If this way of using AI makes sense to you, this channel is built around that idea. Calm workflows, fewer decisions, less overthinking. If you want more videos like this, subscribe.